Hello, everybody. So, as you can see, it's the podcast for the March 22nd assignment. So, the first thing I need to do is coach you how to pronounce this. You would say it log base A of B is C. That's how you'd say it. And I need to point out a couple things. Do you remember the sheets of paper you had when you were in elementary school that were like this? And you were to write your lowercase letters down here and your uppercase letters up there. Remember that? Remember that paper? Okay. Think of a dashed line right here. A is a subscript. So let me give you a reference. 2 is a superscript. It's supposed to be smaller and raised than this letter here. So like over here, it would be X squared. It's smaller and raised. You certainly don't write it. That has a different meaning, doesn't it? The same size and right next to it. Same thing with this A. It's a base, and we'll talk about what a base is. We'll get there. But it's smaller and lower, like an exponent is smaller and above. This is smaller and lower. It's not the same to write log A, B equals C. That's completely different. This example literally is this. The A is smaller and lower than the line that the rest of it is written on. Okay? So, like I said, it's important to be able to say it. Like log base 2 of 7 is X. Okay? It's important to be able to pronounce it. But once you know how to pronounce it, it still doesn't help you do it. So let me try and decipher this for you. So this you would say, you'd pronounce it log base 5, oops, what's that F? I have no idea. Log base 5 of 25. Log base 5 of 25. I could say this for the next week and I would have no more understanding of what it meant than when I just said it. Log base 5 of 25. Yeah. So I want to show you a different way to say it. You would interpret this to mean, and I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do it. What power? So here goes. And I'm not going to read it in strict left to right order. 5 to what power is 25? What I just said was 5 to what power is 25? That's what this wants. That's what that means. Log base 5 of 25 means 5 to what power is 25? That's what the logarithm states. What power? 5 to what power is 25? Well, the answer is 2. When I say it 5 to what power is 25, you guys know what I'm talking about. But if I said log base 5 of 25 all day long, I don't think it's going to have a whole lot of meaning. It doesn't have a whole lot of meaning for me. So what you have to do is interpret it. And let me show you why you're interpreting it that way. So let me rewrite it. Log base 5 of 25 is what you're looking for. So I'm just going to slap an X in there. This is an identical statement to this. These are 100% equivalent statements. This is 100% exactly the same thing as this. They are exactly the same statements. Okay? This is written in logarithm form. This is written in exponential form. They are stating the same thing. Why do you have them then? What's the point of the logarithm if they're so hard to understand? Well, let me show you. If you guys had this, you would solve for x by dividing by 2. If you had this, you would solve for x by square rooting both sides. But what if you had this? How in the world do you get a variable out of an exponent? Well, that's the point of a logarithm. Notice the variable is here as an exponent. But when you wrote it as a logarithm here, it is solved for that variable. That's what logarithms do. Logarithms solve for variables and exponents. That's their point. That's their purpose. That's their raison d'etre. If you guys want to speak a little French, not that I did it fluently, but there you go. It's the reason for being. Okay? So, how do you do all this now that you got some background? Like I said, you could say this all day long. 4 to what power is, log base 4 of 256 is what? I have no idea, but if you think of it as 4 to what power is 256, you're like, oh, okay, I think I can handle that. And you go, how about 4, come on, 4 cubed, does that work? No. How about 4 to the 4th? There we go. So the answer is 4. Because 4 to the 4th gave us 256. Okay. Instead of saying log base 6 of 36, ask yourself 6 to what power is 36? I'm reading it this way. 6 to what power is 36? 6 to what power is 36? Okay, the answer is 2. 3 to what power is 729? 3 to what power is 729? I'm not sure I know, so let's type it in the calculator. Let's check. So again, what I'm looking for is, I guess I can't, well, there we go. 3, how about to the 4th? No. 3 to the 5th? No, it's 729. So 3 to the 6th. There you go. So I guessed and checked. The answer is 6. I'm looking for the exponent on 3 that gives me 729. So another way to read that is, what is the exponent on 3 that gives you 729? So if you want to read it literally left to right, you would read, instead of the word log, you'd say, what is the, sorry for that 5-looking T, the exponent on? That's all in place of saying log. What is the exponent on? Then you would say the base. What is the exponent on 3 that gives you 729? What is the exponent on 3 that gives you 729? Or you could say 3 to what power is 729? So there's a couple different ways to interpret it, but it all gets you to this place right here. Okay, now you got to remember about fractional exponents. This is the same thing as 2 to the 1/2 power. Remember that? Square roots are a half power. Remember? I hope so. So we haven't answered it yet, but I'm going to write this one. Log base 7 of 7 to the 1/2. Right? If it's a 5th root, log base 5 of 5 to the 1/5. So remember that? Square root, there's a little 2 here. So it's a half. There's a 5 there, so it's a 1/5 as an exponent. Do you remember that? This would be log of 1,000 raised to the 1/4. So I haven't answered any of these, but I'm just, like, you guys remember that a root is a fractional exponent. Okay? All right. So here goes. This is saying 2 to what power is 2 to the 1/2? Sorry, I stammered. 2 to the what power is 2 to the half? That's what this says. Sorry, that's written a little bit low. I should change that. That's written, oops, I thought I had the eraser. That's written down there like the exponent thingy. 2 raised to the 1/2. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. That's what it wants. So the answer is just a half. 7 to what power is 7 to the half? So it's asking this. Well, it's just a half. Okay. 8 to what power is 1? 8 to what power is 1? So you got to think about that one for a little bit. 8 to what power is 1? 0. Remember, anything to the 0 power is worth 1. 789 raised to the, 779, sorry, I meant 89, but it doesn't matter. Raised to the 0 is 1. Negative 256. Oops, I meant negative. I don't know why my fingers are not working so well. There we go, 1. So let me try what I originally meant. Negative 256 raised to the 0. 1. Okay? Anything raised to the 0 is 1. Okay. So 8 to the what power is 1? 0. Let's go to this one over here. I haven't forgot that one. I'm going to come back. 2 to what power is 1 is what this says. Well, again, 0. Okay, that wants 7 to what power is 1 over 49. Now, I know you guys recognize this as 7 squared. Let me rewrite it. 7 to what power is 1 over 7 squared? Now, you're not quite there. Now, do you remember something about exponents and the reciprocal? This would be 7 to the what power is 7 to the negative 2. Remember, taking it upstairs would give it a negative exponent. So the answer to this is negative 2. If you're not sure about what I just said, how about 5 to the negative 3 is 1 over 5 cubed. 6 to the negative 4 is 1 over 6 to the 4th. So when you were given log base 7 of 1 over 7 squared, I thought of it as log base 7 of 7 to the negative 2. And then this wants 7 to the what power is 7 to the negative 2nd. Well, that's just negative 2 then. Okay? All right, so let's come back. So now we're at this one. 5 to what power is 5 to the 1/5? Another way of looking at it is actually rewriting it. Well, the answer is 1/5. Okay? Now let me talk about these two. Do you notice there's no base? When the base is missing, it's a 10. Similar to, what kind of root is that? It's a square root. When there's no number right here, it means a square root. When there's no number, no base, it's a 10. So that's 10 to what power is 1? Well, the answer is 0. Okay. There's a 10 that's here. 10 to what power is 1,000 to the 4th? Okay, this is a tricky one. Let's look at 1,000. 10 times 10 is 100. Times 10 is 1,000. So 10 cubed is 1,000. So this is log base 10 of 10 cubed raised to the 1/4 power. When you have an exponent on an exponent, like x squared cubed, what do you do with your exponents? That's x to the 2 times 3, or x to the 6th. So what do you do with these exponents? You multiply them. So that's log base 10 of 10 to the 3 times 1/4, or log base 10 of 10 to the 3/4. And this is saying 10 to what power is 10 to the 3/4? 10 to what power is 10 to the 3/4? Well, the answer is 3/4. Okay. Okay. LN. That's how you literally say it. You say it LN. That's how you pronounce it. Okay, I'm not next week going to show you another way to pronounce it. That is it. That is it. It stands for the word natural log. Why is it backwards? Why isn't it NL? I have no idea. None. Not a clue. I don't know if it's Latin, logus naturalis or something like that, but it's LN, and it means natural log. The base of a logarithm is the number e, and e is a number, like pi. Pi is just a number. E is on your calculator. I can show you. I guess let me make this bigger. E is right here. I can't draw on it. Okay, it's right there in that circle. Okay, now it typed ln, but let me clear that out. I want to get that blue e. So second ln, there's e. I'm going to take it to the first power so you see what it is. Enter. I know it looks like it's repeating, but it's not. It's rounded this last thing. Okay, it's not repeating. So e is about 2.7. Okay. It doesn't repeat like pi doesn't repeat. Okay, e. There you go. When you see a problem with e in it, or an ln is really what I meant to say, it is equivalent to writing log base e in this case, a fifth root of e. Okay, right here. These are equivalent. Okay, so let me give you an easier one. Log, well here, let me try this. ln of 2. That's log base e of 2. That's the same thing. Okay, these are equivalent statements. So this is saying e to what power is e to the what? Okay, so let's rewrite that differently. Log base e of e to the 1/5. E to what power is e to the 1/5? E to what power is e to the 1/5? Well, the answer is 1/5. Let's try this one. That's the ln of e to the -2, because I brought this upstairs. Now let's rewrite it with log base e to the -2. That's the same thing as e to the what? E to the what power is e to the -2? Well, the answer is -2. That's log base e of e cubed. That's the same thing as e to the what power is e cubed? Well, the answer is 3. Okay. This is your assignment. Let me know what I can do to help. Thanks for your time.